How about you two? Are you married or brother and sister or both? What's going on? What's that? You're here for a benefit, for my benefit. Good. So we're friends, and you're giving me that. So where are you guys from? Toronto. You came all the way here for this? You know, I have to tell you, if you were from uptown, then I wouldn't care if the jokes weren't good, but I'm not sure I like the pressure. I'm going to need to break out my A material. Glenn,
Yeah.
Can you write me some A material? All right, Canada, interesting. Anybody else from anywhere good? What do we got over here? We got a nice crew, I don't know you guys. Philadelphia, same kind of deal. What brought you here besides like a train or something?
Our friend.
Okay, so you're local. Good. Nice to hear it. So, do we have any married people here? Anyone?
Yeah.
Any kids involved?
Not that I know of.
I'll talk to him. How long are we talking?
10 years.
10 years? No kids. Good job. My hero. All right, well, got a lot of fun stuff to share with you tonight. Old age, for instance. Because I had a birthday recently.
Okay.
Turned 65 years old. Well, a lot of people think I look younger than that, but that doesn't always work to my advantage. Like last week, this guy mugged me, he knocked me down, he took my money, I looked up at him and I said, hey, got a lot of nerve doing that to a 65-year-old man. He said, you're 65 really? I said, yeah. So he came back and took my half-price Metro card. So I walked into a bar. I had to walk because I had no Metro card. And I talked to this chick, right? She says, what are you talking to me for? You're old enough to be my father. I said, hey, I resent that. I'm old enough to be your grandfather. Give me some credit. But it's weird being the same age as old people, you know? And there's memory loss. But sometimes that's not a bad thing, because I can see movies for the first time again. Like last night I saw The Sixth Sense. You know what happens at the end? I'm asking you because I don't remember. But I'm trying some new things now that I've reached this age. You know, like I got booked to do a show in a gay bar for the first time. And the owner said to me, you're kind of cute. They're gonna like you here, but you gotta show a little leg. So I brought this one. Come on, lap it up. I just remembered a Barbie for this. I mean, seriously, give me a hand. High five. There we go. Well, see, the problem with this bit is I keep losing these legs. So I got a whole apartment full of mutilated Barbie carcasses laying around, which is really bad for my social life. And it's not making Barbie real happy either. See, Barbie doesn't come to comedy clubs because it costs her an arm and a leg. One Barbie joke too many? But I'm trying new things, and that's the important part. Like I wrote a rap song.
Wow.
I think it would help me hook up with some of those hot rap chicks, you know? Well, let me tell you, those girls will give you a workout. You gotta do cardio if you want to do Cardi B. Well, those were the cardiologist. You like that joke? I always try them out on girls first. It's like sex. I show a girl what I've got, and if she likes it, I put it in. But things are opening up. I'm starting to have girls over my place again, so I figured I better clean up a little. I even decided to make the big move and get rid of my collection of VHS Wall. I had all the classics, Parents I was in. I had a Goodwill Humping, Saturday Night Fever, and the mob theme porn film, The Godfather, a movie with a lot of stiffs. But it wasn't as easy to get rid of these films as you would think. I tried donating them to the library, but they wouldn't take them. They already had all those titles on Blu-ray. But COVID is scary, isn't it? For a while I worried that I had it, because they say you lose your sense of taste. Have you seen how I dress? Actually, how do you guys like the jacket? Pretty spiffy, right? I got this from a yard sale at Elton John's house. We're right next to the 8 tracks of Liberace. But everybody's had a rough year. Have you seen what things cost? Have you seen what gas costs? It's cheaper to just do coke and run everywhere. These days, girls are looking to date a guy who has gas. When was the last time that was trendy? Even breast implants have gone up in price. Talk about inflation. And it sucks for me because breasts are 2 of my favorite things. So, we have any couples here tonight who I've missed? You guys. You're a nice couple.
Yeah.
So how long have you been together?
5 months.
5 months? And they said it wouldn't last. No, 5 months. Come on, that's great. Let's give them a hand. By the way, the sex is going to stop soon, so you're going to need that hand. But 5 months is good. See, the reason most relationships don't last is because men and women view them differently. Like I was out with this girl and she said to me, "There's nothing like making love to your best friend." What the hell was she doing with my best friend? How would you like it if I put the moves on her best friend? Again. Funny thing is the guy turned me down. He said he felt funny dating his cousin. But I've been watching a lot of TV this past year. Anybody else? Yeah. You? Mostly cartoons? Yeah. Well, I like TV, but I don't like the commercials. I never did. Like the ones that they used to have for phone sex, you're old like me. You remember them, right?
Oh, yeah.
Do you still have the number? I never got phone sex. Because why am I going to pay a lot of money, have a girl curse a lot, and I never get to touch it? I already have dates like that. Now they got the commercials for the drug companies, where the drug always treats one thing, but it's got like 15 horrible side effects.
Yes.
And one of the side effects is always impotence. And this drug is for depression. Impotence, that's how you're cheering me up? Now they have a drug to treat impotence in guys with small wieners. It's called Microsoft. And they have penis enlargement pills so I don't go off half-cocked. But the problem is most guys will never admit that they need a medication like this. I mean, we come out of the room lying about penis size. That's why women have such poor depth perception. These guys keep telling them that this is 8 inches. So, any of my fellow Jews in the audience tonight? Where are my people? Nice to see you out on a Friday night. Out drinking. You're going to hell, you know that, right? I knew I was warned. Now, when you get there, look for me. I'll be the guy watching Pornhub on a flip phone. But that's a misconception anyway, because Jews can go out on Fridays. I consider myself to be an observant Jew. So on a Friday night when I'm in a strip club, observing. And I see one of my friends or relatives there, it can be awkward. So I just gotta wait for them to get on stage. Like I don't spend enough time on my sister. It's my own fault. She asked me what I thought she should do for a living. I told her to take a poll. My parents never should have bought that ball. Okay, we have any young people here today? Where are my millennials? All right. There you go. So I'm what's called a baby boomer. You know what comes between a baby boomer and a millennial? An angry father. Any chance I am your father? Because the 90s were a blur. How about these guys? We got some male millennials. How about you on the end there, big guy? How old are you?
24.
24. It's a great age. Got a lot of good years ahead of you. And then you know what you're going to end up with? Old man sex. And it's just as good as it sounds. I'm no longer beating my meat. My meat is now winning. So are you guys all woke and stuff? No? Say maybe. You're not sure. So you're half awake. We got a whole menu here. The election must have been fun. Well, see, guys my age can't be woke. It's hard to be woke when you take 3 naps a day. So how are you guys with technology?
Pretty good.
Pretty good?
Bad.
See, I'm impressed with that. Because technology scares the hell out of me. Every time I get a new device, I'm afraid I'm going to press the wrong button and bring down NASA. My father was the same way, would never get anything new. From the time I was born till the time he died, he drove the same beat-up 90-year-old station wagon. This thing was so old, the hood ornament was a dinosaur. And when he died, he left it to me, so I can't bring myself to get a new car either. I mean, I'd like to get a new car, I like cars. I go to the dealer and ask questions, I'm curious about buying. I'm bi-curious. Okay, speaking of questions, I got one for you guys. Why is it that cell phones and TVs keep getting smarter and thinner, the exact opposite of the people who use them? I still have the world's oldest smart TV. And you know, they don't stay smart. My smart TV's now down to like a C student. I had to get it a Roku as a tutor. But smart TVs are great. I especially like the voice-activated hands-free function, which is great when watching porn. And you can do anything with a smart TV. You can watch a movie, you can go online, but I find it all very confusing. Like the other day, I was trying to rent the movie Single White Female, next thing I know, I made a date on Tinder. You know, they say you can't find a wife on Tinder, but that's not true. I found my friend's wife on it. But I'll take singles events any day over, I'll take online dating any day over singles events because they lie to you about who's coming. I went to one where they said the crowd was going to be in their 30s and 40s. Turns out they're actually born in the 30s and 40s. One gal asked the DJ to play a song when she was in high school, he put on Beethoven. You know the crowd is old when friends with benefits mean she's dating a guy who has Medicaid. You know what I really don't get about these singles things? The ones they have on boats. I don't go on boats. If Jews were meant to go on boats, Moses never would have parted those waters. Now I know what you're thinking, Noah had an ark. But I'm not buying that Noah was a Jew. There's no Jewish mothers letting you have all those pets. Now we know Jesus was a Jew because he lived with his mother till he was 30. That Jesus, he was 1 in a million. And you meet a lot of freaks at singles things, you know? Like I met one girl who was wearing 3 masks, one for each personality. But having multiple personalities isn't all bad, because it gives you a great excuse when you want to break up with somebody. Hey, it's not me, it's me. One gal kept asking me for meth. Is that considered speed dating? She told me she wanted to die a virgin. I said, cool, what color? Then one of them cornered me and said, the delayed reaction jokes. See, I get a delayed reaction to some of my stuff. I was really impressed with that one day till I found that they were laughing at the next comment. But this girl cornered me and said, hey, tell me the truth. Do you want to have kids one day? I told her, sure, I'll take them for one day. I'll do a weekend. Just get them out of my house by Monday. I got racquetball. Actually, I'm kidding. I really like kids. In fact, I'm thinking of going to Miami and adopting a baby boy. That's why people go to Florida, to get a little son. So I was born in Brooklyn, New York. Right? Some Brooklyn people? What area are we talking about?
Bay Ridge.
Bay Ridge. That's real Brooklyn. None of this Williamsburg crap, which is like Manhattan if you can't find an apartment. I grew up in Flatlands, 2 blocks from the Gemini Lounge. You ever hear of it? That's where the Iceman murdered 100 people for the mob. And my band played there. If we knew that was going on, we would have played better. But Brooklyn was tough on the Jewish kids, you know, because we got picked on. Like one time I got busted by the menorah, talking about punching my lights out. Luckily, most people think I'm Italian, which is good, because girls like Italian guys. Because they think even if we're no good in bed, at least we can fix their car or something. But the Jewish people are not mechanical people. You give a Jew a hammer, he auctions off a building. And I have to admit that I'm not at all handy. Every time I try to make a protein shake, comes out a Long Island iced tea. Which is not a bad drink nutritionally when you think about it. Because the iced tea contains something from all 4 of the primary food groups. vodka, gin, rum, and tequila. It becomes a Brooklyn iced tea if you beat a guy up and take his. Another thing about the Jews, we have no sense of direction. It's true. My parents didn't give me cheeses because every time I went to the store, they were hoping I'd come back. You know, a bad sense of direction is how anal sex was discovered. We're just not upfront about it. I came up with that one, but I didn't know where to put it in. You know, for a lot of people, anal sex isn't that much of a stretch, so why not take a crack at it? When people laugh at those jokes, it makes me wonder how they were reared. You know, a bad sense of direction is why there have been no great Jewish explorers. Think of the names of the great explorers. You had Alexander the Great, and Eric the Red. You never had Saul the Asthmatic, Myron the Mama's Boy, Barry the Bedwetter. Moses got lost in the desert for 40 years. 40 years? Was it that hard to find the deli? And when my lousy sense of direction really gets me in trouble is when I'm in the doctor's office and I'm trying to find my way to the little room. I'll be in there just having received a thorough rectal exam, which seems odd since the guy's a podiatrist. I should have known something was up when the doctor gave me flowers. So now the doc's leaning back smoking a cigarette, fanning himself, and I'm looking for the exit, only to be confronted by that maze of other little rooms. Like any self-respecting guy, I'll never admit that I'm lost. So every time I walk into the wrong little room by mistake, I end up playing it cool and agreeing to some unnecessary medical procedure.
Oh, God.
The same day I had a kidney taken out, another one put in, and I was circumcised 3 times. If my sausage hadn't been whittled down to a cocktail, Frank, I'd still be there. Don't worry, I still got 8 inches left. So call me, 99 cents a minute. That was sexy circumcised singles in your area. Circumcision's an odd part of Judaism when you think about it. Are you thinking about it? You know, I have more circumcision jokes coming. This is just the tip of the iceberg. And the tip of the Goldberg. Now, the guy who performs this ritual is called a moil. How exactly does one end up with a job like this? I mean, I gotta think he misread the ad. You know, religious man wanted to perform ritual, good pay, and lots of tips. And what school do you go to for this? Can you imagine your parents coming up and open school night to review your work? Can you imagine grading these final exams? Some guys pass, others don't make the cut. And what you really don't want to be is this guy's first customer. All right, I screwed up, so change his name to Amy, but I have more kids, I'll get better. I had more circumcision jokes, but I cut it. Okay, we're now going to bring up our next contestant. He came all the way here from Cleveland. What did you take? A train, a car? Did you walk? What did you do?
I walked. You probably walked.
All the way from Cleveland. He was in the Cleveland Comedy Festival, I believe it was, and the Rubber City Comedy Festival, which I'm assuming was sponsored by Trojan. Let's have a warm welcome for your friend